Hey ladies, welcome to this week's God-Shaped Woman 40 for 40 challenge. I want to say welcome. My name is Sonya and I am so excited to talk with you ladies about Ruth. And so the theme of the week is when you align your steps with God's direction, destiny unfolds. And the focus of this week is learning to walk in agreement with God's word and will. So most of you ladies don't know me, but I'm a therapist and I also just recently started a coaching agency called the Balance Journey Institute. And one of the things that I love to do is walk women through a journey so they can see where they started and where they are going, right? And so we are going to talk about Ruth, and most of us know that Ruth's story dealt with grief. And the journey that I'm going to take you ladies on is to go from grief, alignment to redemption. And so the first point is grief. We all met Ruth when she had an actual loss where she lost her husband. And a lot of times when we think about grief, we have to realize that our identity shifts. With the physical loss, we may have had a parent and then we shift to living life without a parent. With Ruth, she shifted from being a wife to a widow. And so I don't know about you ladies, but I lost a lot this year. I lost relationships. I lost a version of myself, unhealthy versions of myself. And even though we want to heal and grow, we have to understand that there's a level of grief because you're changing and you're having to identify the new version of yourself, right? And so I want you to think about something that you lost this year, how your identity shifted. For some, it was the strong one, and now this year you found yourself being weary. For other ones, you were confident and you may have found yourself being insecure this year. And so how do you navigate the different levels of grief, right? And so the reflection question that I want you ladies to think about is where has grief reshaped you, and where is God meeting you in that shift? And so we see Ruth being met with grief and she's having to shift to decide what she's going to do, right? So the second point is alignment. And after grief, the real question becomes, do I go back or do I align? So as you know, Ruth had the decision. She was given the opportunity. You can go back to your hometown. It was actually encouraged. And she told Naomi, she said, where you go, I will go, and your people will be my people and your God will be my God. And so as I was kind of reflecting on it, what I noticed is that Ruth had to make the decision that she wanted to align with community and with God. Even though she didn't know what it looked like, she had to make a decision. And we also can bring Naomi in the picture and say Naomi wanted to stay stuck in bitterness. And one of the things that I tell my clients when they come to me with grief, I always tell them, I cannot tell you how to grieve. I can only tell you when you're stuck, because I can't. And so in that moment, Ruth made the decision, I'm going to go where you go. I'm going to go with your community, and I'm also going to go with your God. And so Amos 3:3 says, how can two walk together unless they agree? And you have to realize this year you had to make a decision. You ladies probably doing a lot of assessments, like assessing your life and saying, this version of myself, do I agree with it based on the community that I'm with and what the word of the Lord says? And so in this 40 for 40 challenge, it's literally allowing us to become aligned into who God has called us to be, and not who we've been because of our past trauma, our past experiences, or even how people expect us to show up. And so the second reflection question I have for you ladies is, where is God asking you to agree with him instead of returning to what feels familiar? And the last point is redemption. Alignment opens the door to the future God has written. And so when we think about Naomi, she appeared to be stuck, but she had to align with what Ruth was saying as well. And so because of Ruth's faith, because of Ruth's integrity, because of her heart and how pure her heart was, it was able to shape Naomi, and Naomi was able to begin to receive the benefits and the favor just as Ruth had. She began to access a new version of herself, and she was able to find community within Ruth. And so Ruth didn't judge Naomi, or she didn't rush her grief, but she refused to allow her to stay stuck. And so when you think about community, think about the women who kind of will encourage you to stay out, or do they affirm your brokenness, right? It's not even the community, just your environment. Does it affirm your brokenness, or does it encourage you to align with the woman God has called you to be? And so the last reflection question that I have is, what might God be redeeming in your life as you walk in agreement with his word? And so grief wasn't the end of her story. It unlocked her destiny. And so as we wrap this up, I just want you to really take moments this week and really pray in the Lord, like, Lord, what are the things that I'm grieving, and how can I align with the community of people, the God-shaped woman, and the word that you've called over me, so I can align myself into the woman of God you've called me to be. So that is my devotional. I cannot wait for the remainder days of the 40 for 40 challenge, and I pray that this word blessed you, and you ladies have a nice day.